Welcome back to another Max reaction. Arsenal have just beaten Newcastle 4 goals to 1. And what turned out to be a really nervous, for me, nervous game, turned out to be such a comfortable game. We didn't allow them to breathe even for a second. We're just going to get into it. Look, we start with the main thing where we start with the lineup. Of course, we saw today Trossard get dropped, which was, I'll be honest, I wasn't quite surprised by it. I did feel like there was going to be some change. Of course, that would have been the fourth game with the same exact lineup. And I had a feeling a change was going to come. To be honest, I didn't know who it was going to be, but I think it was most likely to be Trossard. I think Mikel Arteta favours the other players a bit more. So I wasn't surprised when I saw Kai Havertz, and I think seeing the introduction of Kai Havertz in the game actually made a lot of sense when you see Newcastle a lot physical. And I think that's what we went in the. I think that's what Mikel Arteta's plan was, to match the physicality that Newcastle offer, and I think that's why he went with Kai Havertz up front. But when you look at Kai Havertz, has been doing really well up front. Now, what was really important about this game was that we needed to bounce back. There was a lot of pressure, and even I was feeling nervous. After that Porto game, I was thinking, like, have we been found out? Porto have laid a blueprint for teams to follow. And I was looking at Newcastle. They were the perfect team to drop this defensive, flipping 5 at the back, haram football on us. And I think that's what I was most worried about. But it felt like they did try, but I just think the quality today was way too good. I mean, Georgino today, deservedly man of the match, absolutely ran the show today. This guy was everywhere. And for me, I think one thing he offers more than Declan Rice, I think, is the ability to pass forward. Now, I'm not saying Declan Rice doesn't pass forward, but those line-breaking passes that Georgino plays, only a few players in our team have the ability to do that. And he is one of them, and I think Thomas Partey is another one. But I think today, this guy just ran the show today. Deservedly man of the match, and it's such a shame we got him when he's only 32 or 33. I don't know how old he is, but it's such a shame we got him at his later end of his career. And I think what is highlighted is that we definitely do need to go in the summer and get another sitting midfielder, and I think Declan Rice needs to play as the 8. I think it's just shown how good we look when there's a 2 double midfield pivot and a striker up front. I mean, I think that's the best way to go for it. Of course, Georgino is old, not old, but you can see that he can't play the full 90 in that level. I mean, against Liverpool, after the Liverpool game, we didn't see him for another 2 games. And now I think even today you saw him getting craps at the end. So I think we do have to preserve him. I think we have to manage his minutes. And I think that's what Arteta's doing. In terms of the first half, we absolutely dominated Newcastle. We punished them so badly. And I think that's what was the key. We punished them. A lot of these games this season, we've been dominating teams, but we just couldn't punish them. And I think today, you just saw the goal, especially that second goal, absolutely cut them into 2 pieces. I think I was also nervous that they were going to waste time. When you see what they did last season, and even this season, a lot of these silly fouls they do, taking so long for goal kicks, corners, everything, all these rubbish tactics they pull off, and I was worried they were going to do that. But today, because of the electric start we did, I think they just couldn't do it. Martinelli looked really good today, especially after that poor performance against Porto. He had to turn up, and today he did that. We have to talk about nothing. Saka, another goal. I don't know how many goals that is. 7, 8 goals in his last 2 or 3 games. Is he world class? For me, look, that debate's being thrown around every single day. Is Saka world class? Is Phil Foden world class? For me, Saka's a brilliant player. I just don't think he's world class just yet. Personally, for me, I would even say there's probably 1 or 2 world-class players max, but I don't think Saka's world-class just yet, but he is getting close to being world-class. I think it's about consistency and doing at the bigger stages, Champions League, stuff like that. That is where, if Saka does it, he will be called world-class. And the only other thing that was running through my mind in that game is, where was this against Porto, man? I mean, you look at the fluid football we are playing, and then you compare that to Porto, night and day. So hopefully we can do that against Porto. But look, that's the end of today's video. I think we played really well. For me, Georgino deserved man of the match. Let me know in the comments who your man of the match was. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys next time.